This is every level of Saudi Arabia's mega projects explained. A $1 trillion plan to reinvent an entire country from scratch. Cities that float, skyscrapers that stretch 170 kilometers. Ski resorts in the desert, but the deeper you go, the stranger it gets, and the higher the stakes become. By the final level, you will see whether this is the future of civilization or something far riskier. Level 1. King Abdullah Financial District. Starting from the bottom, this level contains the vast majority of Saudi Arabia's urban construction projects. As a result, it has the widest range, from absolutely basic infrastructure to halfway impressive developments. These projects are under $15 billion, less than what some tech companies spend on stock buybacks. The King Abdullah Financial District in Riyadh costs $10 billion and is Saudi Arabia's answer to Wall Street. These projects are the foundation of Saudi Arabia's construction hierarchy. They are what every other level is compared to. So, in a roundabout way, there is no civilization redefining megacity without its regional business district. But here is what will blow your mind. This entire financial district, 59 skyscrapers, a metro station, parks, and infrastructure for 65,000 workers was built on empty desert that had absolutely nothing 15 years ago. They literally created a Manhattan-style skyline where camels used to roam. The district includes the world's tallest data center tower and Saudi Arabia's stock exchange. That is not just construction, that is a nation announcing it is open for business. Building a financial district in the desert is impressive, but it is still just offices and banks. What comes next is different. Saudi Arabia is attempting to solve a problem that has plagued Middle Eastern cities for decades. Level 2. Riyadh Metro. To get to this level, you have to break the $20 billion barrier. If you make it to the other side, hopefully you're building something that actually transforms how millions of people live. Most projects at this level will have been in planning for over a decade. Again though, this category is home to a wide range, with Riyadh Metro at its peak. The Riyadh Metro costs $22.5 billion and spans 176 kilometers across 6 lines with 85 stations. This is one of the largest metro projects ever built in a single phase, and it is completely driverless. Here is the crazy part. Riyadh had zero metro infrastructure in 2012. Zero. By 2024, they have built one of the world's most advanced metro systems in just 12 years. For comparison, New York's 2nd Avenue subway took 100 years to build 3 stations. Even for the untrained eye, there is an obvious visible difference in not just the scale, but also the construction speed compared to Level 1. Each station looks like a luxury hotel lobby with marble floors, art installations, and air conditioning powerful enough to freeze you in 120 degrees Fahrenheit heat. Budgets are much higher. There is much less room for error, and the symbolic importance is at its highest. This metro is Saudi Arabia saying, "We can build world-class infrastructure faster than the West." A state-of-the-art metro system is impressive, but at least metros are proven technology. What is next is where Saudi Arabia starts getting weird. They are about to spend $23 billion on something that most countries would not spend $1 billion on. Level 3. King Salman Park. There are only 8 projects of this magnitude currently under construction in Saudi Arabia, among 36 million people. So at the point where your park costs more than most countries' annual infrastructure budgets, you are pretty damn ambitious. King Salman Park in Riyadh costs $23 billion and covers 13.4 square kilometers. That is 4 times larger than New York's Central Park. This will be the largest urban park on Earth. Why is this insane? They are spending $23 billion on a park, not a city, not an airport. A park in the desert where water is scarce and temperatures hit 50 degrees Celsius, 122 degrees Fahrenheit in summer. But here is what is truly frightening. This park will have an opera house, theaters, museums, sports facilities, and over 7,000 residential units. They are not just building a park. They are building a green city within a city, in one of the harshest climates on Earth. This is not just about recreation. This is about Saudi Arabia, proving it can create livable, green spaces in the desert. Every tree planted is a statement. We are not just an oil kingdom. We are building quality of life. If King Salman Park is compared to a metro system, it will stand out. And if it is compared to a financial district, the difference is night and day. But this is still a fairly big pool. You have regional transformations all the way to cultural game changers. And the only thing stopping them from moving up to the next category is global impact. Spending $23 billion on a park is bold, but at least parks are wholesome. What comes next is where Saudi Arabia's transformation gets controversial. The most conservative country in the Middle East is about to build something that would make Las Vegas blush. Level 4. Qiddiya Entertainment City. This level is for projects that not only cost tens of billions, but fundamentally challenge a nation's cultural identity. They are usually built by countries attempting radical transformation, and if placed in a more conservative state, they would cause a revolution. Qiddiya Entertainment City costs $58 billion and will be the world's largest entertainment, sports, and cultural destination. We are talking Six Flags theme parks, a Formula One racetrack, an esports arena, water parks, and concert venues, all in one massive complex. Here is what is absolutely insane. Saudi Arabia banned cinemas until 2018. It banned concerts until 2017. Women could not drive until 2018. And now, just 7 years later, they are building the world's largest entertainment city with roller coasters, music festivals, and mixed-gender events. This is like the Vatican announcing it is building the world's largest nightclub district. It defies everything we thought we knew about Saudi Arabia. The projects on this level are bolder, more culturally transformative, or more politically risky than the average billion-dollar project. When countries are preparing their own social reforms, Qiddiya is studied intensely. This is not just about entertainment. This is about Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman's Vision 2030, transforming Saudi Arabia from a conservative oil kingdom into a modern tourism destination. Every roller coaster is a political statement. The old Saudi Arabia is dead. This is the new one. They are the wild card, the X factor, and the game changer. They will cost more than most countries spend on their entire tourism industry. Building theme parks is one thing, but at least they are on land. What comes next takes Saudi ambition to a completely different level. Literally, they are transforming 90 pristine islands in the Red Sea into the world's most exclusive luxury destination. And here is the twist. It will have stricter environmental standards than most European countries. If Saudi Arabia's transformation is already shocking you, smash that like button and subscribe. What is coming next will absolutely blow your mind. We are entering territory where projects do not just change a country, they attempt to rewrite the rules of civilization itself. Level 5. The Red Sea Project. These projects are recognizable worldwide. They are the face of Saudi Arabia's tourism ambitions and the face of its environmental promises. They have engineering solutions that put them in the top 1% of construction. We are talking about transforming 90 untouched islands in the Red Sea into a luxury tourism destination powered entirely by renewable energy. The Red Sea project costs $50 billion and will feature 50-plus luxury resorts, 8,000 hotel rooms, and 1,300 residential properties across 28,000 square kilometers. Phase 1 opened in 2024 with 16 hotels. Here is what gave me goosebumps. This project has stricter environmental regulations than most Western countries. No single-use plastics, no cars allowed, only electric buggies and boats, 100% renewable energy. They are creating a marine protected area larger than Belgium. Saudi Arabia, a country built on oil, is building a tourism destination that bans fossil fuels. Let that sink in. They dominate luxury travel discussions regularly, deliver a new vision of sustainable tourism, and heavily influence both future resort developments and Saudi Arabia's international image. But here is what they do not want you to know. This project is about rebranding. Saudi Arabia has an image problem: conservative, restrictive, oil-dependent. The Red Sea project is their answer. They say they are progressive, eco-friendly, and luxurious. Women can wear bikinis here. Alcohol might be allowed in resorts. This is a bubble of Western lifestyle in the heart of the Middle East. And it is intentional. Any nation serious about a post-oil economy will have one or two of these projects at any one time. And every tourism superpower has always possessed a couple of them. Now, as we ascend to the upper echelons of construction, you will see that raw luxury takes a back seat to existential transformation. Luxury eco-resorts are impressive, but they are still just tourism. What comes next is where Saudi Arabia's bet on the future becomes deadly serious. The world's largest oil producer is building the world's largest facility to replace oil. Level 6. NEOM green hydrogen plant plus oxygon. Like the name suggests, these projects come around once in a generation, so there will only be a handful of them active at any one time. These projects are among the most ambitious ever attempted in industrial transformation, if not the most ambitious in energy history. The NEOM green hydrogen plant costs $8.5 billion and will be the world's largest green hydrogen production facility, producing 600 tons of carbon-free hydrogen daily by 2026. But that is just the beginning. Oxygon, NEOM's industrial city, costs over $100 billion and will be the world's largest floating structure. A city built on water in the Red Sea, powered entirely by renewable energy. Here is where it gets absolutely insane. Saudi Arabia produces 10 million barrels of oil per day. Their entire economy is built on fossil fuels, and now they are building the world's largest green hydrogen plant to replace the very product that made them rich. This is like Coca-Cola announcing they are building the world's largest water purification plant to put themselves out of business. It is economic suicide, or a brilliant survival strategy. The hydrogen plant will use 4 gigawatts of solar and wind power. That is more renewable energy than most countries generate in total. They are building solar farms across hundreds of square miles of desert, then using that electricity to split water molecules and create hydrogen fuel. Oxygon will float on the Red Sea, connected to the mainland by bridges. It will house advanced manufacturing, tech companies, and research facilities, all powered by renewables. They are literally building the factory of the future on water. They are world record holders and engineering marvels. They are capable of doing things you did not know were possible, and they have bigger budgets than most countries' entire industrial sectors. This project addresses Saudi Arabia's most existential crisis: what happens when the world stops buying oil? This is not just construction. This is survival engineering for a petrostate preparing for its own obsolescence. These projects can define an era or even reshape global energy markets, and they are often remembered for centuries. This level of both ambition and desperation is what gets you into history books, even for those who do not follow energy news. When you see this project, you know you are witnessing something special. A floating industrial city powered by green hydrogen is generational. But even that pales in comparison to what is next. We have covered projects that cost billions. Level 7 costs hundreds of billions. We have covered projects that transform cities. Level 7. The Line. NEOM City. Only 4 construction projects in human history have made it to Level 7. They are beyond megaprojects, and they have attempted to reshape the very concept of human civilization itself, universally debated and feared. Their geometric impossibility, game-changing urban design, broken promises, and unmatched controversy have redefined what is possible or exposed the limits of human ambition. The Line is a city 170 kilometers long, 500 meters tall, and 200 meters wide. It is designed to house 9 million people in a mirrored skyscraper that stretches across the desert in a straight line. The cost? Estimates range from $200 billion to $500 billion. Nobody knows for sure. Here is the part that is truly mind-bending. This city has no roads, no cars, no carbon emissions. Everything you need is within a 5-minute walk. The entire city is powered by artificial intelligence and renewable energy. You can travel from one end to the other, 170 kilometers, in just 20 minutes via high-speed rail. This is not just ambitious. This is insane. The line will be 500 meters tall, taller than the Empire State Building, and 170 kilometers long. That is like stacking the Empire State Building on its side and stretching it from Washington, D.C. to Philadelphia. The mirrored exterior will reflect the desert, making the city invisible. The interior will have vertical farms, parks, and neighborhoods stacked on top of each other. It is a city designed by someone who played too much SimCity. But here is what is truly frightening. In 2024, Saudi Arabia quietly scaled back the line from 170 kilometers to just 2.4 kilometers by 2030. That is 98.6% smaller than promised. The original plan to house 9 million people is now 300,000 maybe. Construction workers have reported brutal conditions. Local tribes have been forcibly relocated. 3 men were sentenced to death for resisting eviction. The human cost is mounting. The line exposes Saudi Arabia's greatest vulnerability. Unlimited money does not guarantee success. You cannot just throw billions at physics and expect it to bend. You cannot force 9 million people to live in a 200-meter wide building. This project is either the future of urban living or the greatest example of hubris in construction history. These projects are cultural icons debated across generations. Their concept recognizable even to people who do not have the slightest clue about architecture. Now that you have seen Saudi Arabia's trillion-dollar vision to reinvent civilization itself, what happens when the United States tries to do the same and fails spectacularly? Watch the next video where we break down America's own megaprojects, including the one that changed the nation and the one that is burning $128 billion without laying a single mile of track.